All right, let's change a few of them from fractions to decimals. Looking at this first one, 4/5. Well, I don't know about you, but I certainly can write 4 over 5 as something over 10. You could recognize that right away. So I could times this by 2, and then times the top by 2. So 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 4 is 8. So I've got 8 over 10, or as a decimal, 0.8. Now remember, you can add another 0 to this, and it doesn't change it, because it's the same thing as you learned back in grade 6. So 0.8 is really 0.80. So I'm just going to put down, they're really the same. And of course, 0.80 as a percent would be 80%, but you're only asked to change it to a decimal. I just kind of went ahead a little bit. I won't do that with the rest of them. All right, so that one's done, and I'll get rid of this guy now just to get him out of the way. The next one, change this to a decimal. Okay. Again, if we could make it become 10, 100, or 1,000 on the bottom, it would be real easy. And of course, we can make 3 over 50 become something over 100 real easy. What do you have to multiply 50 by to make it become 100? And that's real easy. Just double it. So times it by 2. Times it by 2. So we have 2 times 50 is 100. 2 times 3 is 6. So now we have 6 over 100. Remember what 6 over 100 is as a fraction? Well, 6 hundredths. If you look at a decimal, 2 places is the hundredths place. You got to have 2 places because this is the hundredths. Let's put him down here in the hundredths place, and we got to put something there to fill the spot. Now we have 6 hundredths. It's now written as a decimal. Could we have divided it? Sure, we could have, but why do that when it'll work out nicely and change to out of 100? This one here, if you look at 20, all we have to do is times the top by the same as the bottom. Can we make 7 over 20 become? There we go. Can we make 7 over 20 become something over 10? Maybe, but I think it'll go into 100 a lot easier. So what can we multiply 20 by to get 100? We'll count by 20s. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So that's 5 times. And we must do the same to the top. 7 times 5 is 35 out of 100. So there's 0 whole, and remember we need 2 spots for hundredths, and we need to put 35 into it. The last one, 19 out of 200, I'm going to do down here. Now, sometimes you can half 200, like divide it by 2, and you'll get 100. But half of 19 is not going to work out nice. So I can write 200 out of, I can make it into 1,000. So it's easier to make into 1,000. So what do we have to times 200 by to make 1,000? Let's count by 200s. 200, 400, 600, 800, 1,000. So we got to times it by 5, which we must do to the top. Now over here I'm going to do 19 times 5. Okay. 9 5s are 45. Put my 5 there, carry my 4. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 4 more is 95. So we're going to have 95 thousandths. Now how will I write thousandths? Well, remember, we've got 3 decimal places for thousandths. And I'm going to go ahead and put my 95, and it should end in the thousandths place. And so it does. What have I got to put here as a placeholder to keep it there? Just put in a 0. So there's my answer for this one. Now, a few patterns before we end this lesson. Any fraction with a denominator, that means a bottom number of 9 or 99, will repeat. So 4 over 9 will repeat, and I'll do it on calculator really quick just to show you. And oops, here's your calculator. So let's do 4 divided by 9 and see what we get. Look at that, 0.4444. So the answer is going to be 0.4, and this 4 is going to repeat. If I do 5 divided by 9, surprisingly enough, 0.555. So I'm going to put 0.5 repeating. So any number I put there, you can take a guess at what 6 over 9 is going to be. It's going to be 0.6 repeating. 7 over 9 will be 0.9, or 7 repeating, sorry. So whatever the number is on top is what's going to repeat if you put it over 9. The same applies with 99. So if I take this and go 12 divided by 99, look at that, 0.121212. So I end up with 0.12, and that keeps repeating. So I bet you can guess already what the pattern is. So 55 over 99 is 0.55 repeating. 7 over 99, you would almost think it would be 0.7 repeating, but that's not the case, because it's got to be 0.07 repeating, because there should be 2 decimal places. So, and that's what's repeating, and I'll show you that one there. 7 divided by 99 equals 0.0707. So if I tell you, can you write down, let me see, I want you to get me 71 repeating. Oh, so I want you to get 71 repeating, or 0.71 repeating. So if I say, can you please get that answer repeating, please? Then I am going to simply take 71 and put it over 99. If I tell you give me decimal 58 repeating, I'd go 58 over 99. If I said give me 0.2 repeating, I'd go 2 over 9. Okay, so that's the little tricks you can do with repeating decimals.